What up, guys? It's your boy Matt from RamseyVoice.com, and I am super excited that you're here because I am going to give you one of my absolute favorite trainings of all time. And if I only had to do one, this is the one for you to watch because a lot of you guys probably don't know who I am. And so you may have watched a YouTube video, read a blog or something like that, but I want to show you what RamseyVoice.com is all about. So I'm going to give you some of my best information today. It is called the 3-step process that I used to sing like a pro in 29 days without any natural talent or spending thousands on a vocal coach. And today I'm going to show you 3 amazing things. The first thing is I'm going to show you my signature system to create a solid singing foundation so you're always on pitch and in tune. Number 2, I'm going to show you the number 1 mistake you're making that's preventing you from hitting high notes and how to fix it. Very, very important. I bet a lot of you guys are here to learn how to hit high notes better. And number 3, I'm going to show you my simple 3-step vocal process to gain total vocal control after years of getting nowhere. This is exactly what I used after years of getting absolutely nowhere. And I could not be more excited to share this with you guys. Now, this training, my goal is to give you control of your voice and to help you sing with confidence without any natural talent. I'm going to show you don't need any natural talent in order to do this or spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a vocal coach. And I'm going to show you that the only way for you to get control of your voice is to train like a professional. And this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people right off the bat because they're like, oh, I'm scared. I'm not a professional. I don't know what I signed up for here. I just want to sing karaoke better, or I just want to sing more in tune. Relax. I'm going to show you that the only difference between an amateur and a professional is that a pro has learned exactly which vocal exercises to use in order to sing better. And this is something that anybody can benefit from. I don't care if you're just starting off or you're already a touring artist and a professional and making your full-time living from music. This is going to help you do that. Now, who is this workshop for? I just hinted at it. It can work for total beginners, people who are just getting started off, the out-of-tuners, the people who sing out of tune or sing off pitch, the people that think that they are tone deaf. We're going to cover tone deafness in just a little bit here. Karaoke singers, the people that just want to sing into the unknown as best as they possibly can. Raise of hands, how many of you guys are actually just here because you just want to sing into the unknown better? Well, I bet there's a few of you. Youth vocalists, people who are just getting started off on their vocal journey. Older singers, people who have maybe been out of the game for a while, or maybe they're singing in their local church choir or something like that, but they just notice that they don't have the same vocal flexibility, the same vocal chops that they used to. This is definitely for you guys as well. Choir members, I just alluded to that too. A lot of the breathy, light, very weak sounding singing that I get in my studio comes from people who are members of choir. But that's because with choirs, you're trying to get 50 people to blend all together. And unfortunately, that's not really good at building a strong solo voice. So even if you're just trying to sing like an occasional a song just by yourself, a choir may not set you up perfectly for that. We're going to cover that as well, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do differently. Gigging musicians, you guys are my homies, the people that are playing for that coffee shop money. Musical theater performers, people that need to learn how to get that Broadway belt, reach the back row of the theater without hurting themselves. Very, very important. YouTube singers, you guys are my homies, the people that are out there putting out their best covers on YouTube. This is definitely going to help you guys out too. Recording artists, people whose job it is to go into the recording studio, get the take right at the very first time. Professional singers and people who are on tour. Now, in order to get the most out of this training, it's going to last about 60 minutes total. So go ahead, shut down Skype, shut out Facebook, put away all the distractions that are not going to help you get the most out of this training. I want you guys to get the most out of this training, which is why I'm making it very time limited. It's only available for 48 hours. That way you make sure to make this a priority, get the most out of it, make sure to take notes. I'm going to be going over some very, very important things that I want you guys to take notes on. Now, if you guys stay until the end, I'm going to give you a fantastic free gift, which is my Become a Rock Star 6-step checklist to sing like a pro, which is going to give you everything you need to book gigs, including email templates to contact different venues, ways to pick out the right gear, and how to even choose the right songs that are going to fit your voice. This is super, super important, guys. And why am I being so nice? Why am I giving all of this stuff away for free? By the way, I charge hundreds of dollars for this ebook. Why am I giving it away for free? Well, because I know that if you guys watch this training and you actually put it into use, if you start working with the techniques that I show you, that you guys are going to become one of my success stories. And eventually we'll end up working together. And at the end of this training, I'm going to give you an offer that you can work directly with me. But I want you guys to see what all the great stuff that I can help you out with. And I know that you guys, if you use it, if you put in the time and you put in the practice, that you will become one of my success stories. Just like Margaret here. Margaret, she released her first single, Bad Habit, just a few months ago. And she already has over 1,200 listens just on Spotify, not including Apple Music, all that other stuff. Margaret was nice enough to say, Matt has helped me take my singing and vocal abilities to the next level. Whether you're brand new to singing or have been at it for years, this is the place to study. Or Fernando, he released his first song 5 months ago today, and he's already got over 40,000 plays on Spotify alone. He said, it's been such an incredible learning experience, and I can't wait to start recording some new ones. And I'll give you a heads up that he is recording some new ones right now. And if you haven't checked these guys out, definitely do it right now. Margaret Hawkins, absolutely phenomenal singer. Beautiful song. Fernando Mahi, he's kind of like the Brazilian Jack Johnson. He said, I'm very confident I found the best teacher. Matt not only is an amazing singer, but he's also great in understanding what his students need to do in order to benefit their singing skills. I'd recommend him to anyone who's interested in becoming a better singer. And honestly, I think it's great that he said that I'm a great singer, but my real pride is that he said that I'm good at understanding what my students need in order to become better singers. And that is absolutely where I take all of my pride and my joy from, because if I'm not helping you learn to sing better, it does not matter how good of a singer I am. Now, in order for you guys to understand a little bit more about where I'm coming from, I'm going to share just a little bit about myself so that you can kind of see my background, actually know who you're learning from. There's so many YouTube vocal coaches out there. It's really, really easy to get lost in the shuffle, and anyone that can sing can become a vocal coach, basically, on YouTube. But I'm going to show you why I'm a little bit different. First of all, hi, my name is Matt Ramsey, if you don't know who I am, and I am a gigging musician. This is me playing with my band, Cutest Buddhist. I'm the guy that always holds a guitar over his head and does all the guitar solos and stuff like that. This is me and my band, Cutest Buddhist, performing live at South by 2017. And I walk the walk here. I don't just talk the talk. I don't just write blogs or just shoot videos. And I'm not just a naturally talented singer. I've actually recorded in the studio with my band, and playing music is definitely a part of my life. It's not the only part of my life. I'm also a teacher, and I absolutely love teaching. That is my absolute first passion, but I also am a performer. And I consider myself a pretty well-rounded musician. In addition to playing keys on piano, I also play drums, I play guitar, I play bass. I consider myself a well-rounded musician because as a well-rounded musician, you can actually help your students better because you actually know more about music and the way that music is constructed. This is my girlfriend Monica and my dog Lola, and I love them so much. Both, they're like all smushed together in this photo. I absolutely love it. I also love the outdoors. This is me and a couple of friends hiking the El Capitan Trail at Yosemite in California, and I love hiking. I love getting out. Now, how many of you guys, and write this down if this applies to you on your piece of notebook paper, and you can just write down me or like this is it or whatever that makes sense to you. How many of you guys have thought you were tone deaf? Or you can even put a check mark next to that if that applies to you. How many of you guys have had your voice crack at the worst possible time when you were singing? Into the unknown. It just totally cracks. How many of you guys have been super embarrassed to sing with your friends? How many of you guys have not been able to sing some of your favorite songs because it's got a couple of scary notes in them that you're afraid that you're going to break or you're going to strain or whatever. And so instead you just have to move everything down. You have to like capo it down or capo it up so that the high notes are a little bit lower for you. How many of you guys have watched tons of YouTube singing videos but just felt confused? I know I did when I first started off. The first voice lesson that I ever took was definitely on YouTube. I don't know if you could even call it a voice lesson, but I was just watching tons of YouTube videos when I was first learning how to sing. And it is confusing, and I'll tell you why. It's because most of the time when you look on YouTube for interesting singing videos, you're going to Google something like how to hit high notes or how to sing with compression or whistle register. These are all of like the really, really kind of like sexy singing terms that a lot of people have agreed sound really, really cool. And that's what they want to learn. That's the end result. But a lot of vocal teachers and a lot of YouTube vocal teachers especially aren't going to show you that there are several steps that you need to achieve before you can hit high notes. What if you can't sing in tune yet? If you can't sing in tune, nobody cares what those high notes sound like because they're out of tune. So if you learn to sing in tune first and then you build up the voice gradually up to those higher notes, that's a much better approach. And how many of you guys have always wanted to perform as a singer for a living but had no clue where to begin? I know that I was when I first started off. So let's fast forward to the present day. Present day, I've taught over 1,000 students now. I have the highest rated vocal studio in Texas, and I am so proud of that. Teaching is my full-time job. Absolutely. I teach some of the best singers in the world. And while I showed you a couple of my students earlier, the way that I say it is that, like, you know, it's really, really amazing to me that the internet has allowed me to teach singers all over the world. So the other day, I started my day teaching somebody in Serbia, of all places, in Belgrade, Serbia. And then I ended my day teaching somebody here in Austin. And it's just like, it's really, really cool that I can like travel all around the world and teach singers all over the place. I absolutely do what I love. Teaching is my calling. And I really feel that one of the biggest benefits that I've gotten out of doing my vocal training and my own vocal journey is that I feel like I can do anything with my voice that I need to. So being able to, into the unknown, and just hit it with all that vibrato, without straining, without disconnecting to falsetto, into the unknown, into the unknown. Like, I can sing in that full head voice and make it sound pretty darn exciting whenever I want to. And if, you know, a producer was like, hey, could you take out some of the vibrato out of that top note? No! I can do that as well. You know, just whatever someone needs me to do or whatever I want to do when I'm writing my own songs. This is me teaching a couple of students. And as I mentioned, I'm super, super proud to be a voice teacher. I'm lucky enough to be the highest rated vocal studio in Texas with over 75-star reviews. And Texas is big, y'all. A lot of voice teachers here. I also mentioned that I have a YouTube channel. I'm lucky enough that one of my videos has done very well. It's reached over 1 million views on YouTube, and I'm super proud of that as well. Now, a little bit about my accreditations. I'm a certified instructor, a certified vocal coach, a certified voice teacher with the Institute for Vocal Advancement. Been teaching almost 10 years now and have been singing a lot longer than that, but 10 years of actual training. I also won the Best of Singing Lessons in 2018, and I'm also a member of the National Association of Teachers of Singing. And I think that if you do a little bit of digging, you'll find that most of the vocal coaches that you find on YouTube and Google and stuff like that might not actually be certified. They may be very, very good singers themselves, but they don't actually understand the way that the voice is put together and how to help other singers do the same thing. So my promise to you, let's dive in. I'm going to show you my signature system to create a solid singing foundation so you're always on pitch and in tune. Now, a lot of people who are watching this are going to say, I don't understand how singing lessons are going to work for me, or like, I'm not naturally talented, or, you know, don't you have to be a professional in order to take voice lessons? I know I thought that when I was first getting started off, because it was kind of like one of those things of like, if I'm not a professional, if I'm not making money just with my voice, then why am I going to invest in voice lessons? Can't I just learn to sing for free somewhere? Well, let me tell you a little something about that. How do you think they became professionals in the first place? You know, at some point, every great singer made a decision that if singing is what their passion is, if music is their passion, then maybe they should take a voice lesson. So it's not like Beyonce just like showed up at like 12 years old already knowing how to sing and, you know, won all these awards and stuff like that. She'd been in lessons since the time that she was 9 years old. Now, I want to show you a very extreme example of this. I want you guys to meet Luis. Luis and I met at a workshop just like this one. And when I invited Luis to come up, he was so excited. He was so excited to come up and demonstrate his singing. But he'd never sung before. And when I assessed his voice, you know, with just a simple scale, I found that he could actually barely even match a note. And he's what a lot of people would think of as tone deaf. He'd been assessed as tone deaf. So very quickly, I actually gave Luis some vocal exercises to start working with the muscles of his voice a little bit more. And using those exercises, he found that he could actually match the notes. How amazing is that? That just with some vocal exercises, he found that he can match the notes. I'm not talking about just like searching for the pitch until he found it. I'm talking about just give him some vocal exercises and he could actually sing more in tune. And he went from being tone deaf to singing in tune very quickly. Luis was nice enough to say, learning to sing has improved my life by about 10 times. It's allowed me to sound more confident, more engaging, more melodic. There are no substitutes to getting the right feedback and working on the correct exercises that are specific to your needs and your situation. And I promise by the end of this training today, you're going to know exactly what those exercises are that you need to do in order to improve your voice. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't actually recording this workshop that I did with Luis, so I can't show you his lesson. But what I can do is I had a very, very similar student who was just getting started off, wonderful sounding timbre, wonderful sounding voice, but she was having a hard time singing in tune. And this is very, very common. And she thought that she was tone deaf. Her name is Melinda, and I'm going to share just a little bit of our lesson with her. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did with Melinda's voice in order to help her sing more in tune. And we're going to do the exact same thing here in just a second. So here she is. Let's try this. So, can we just go, I want you to just feel that 5 tone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now she's sharp. Good. Now you started on the right pitch, but then you started transitioning up to a higher one. It was kind of like you switched halfway through it. So okay. I'm just going to give you an exercise to help you with that. This is so common. Nah, nah, nah. Very ugly. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Try this at home. Wonderful, wonderful. Right on that pitch. Nah, nah, nah. Sorry, there's a little time delay with Skype. Can you do it just a second after I demonstrate it? So like, nah, nah, nah. Na na na. Wonderful. Go. Na 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 na. Here's the magic. And keep them all in that same little area. Na 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 na. 100% correct. Boom! Did you guys hear the difference there? As soon as she sang that really, really ugly sound, all of a sudden, she started singing exactly in tune. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So if you've had a hard time singing flat below the pitch, can't really follow it, or singing too sharp above the pitch, instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do that really, really ugly sound. So just follow me here. Go, na, 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 na. Guys, with me. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. And remember, keep it really ugly. Ladies, join me here. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Don't make it pretty. Don't make it na na na. Just make it really ugly. Now here. Na 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 na. Now, what is working about that really, really ugly sound is that basically we're getting the vocal cords to vibrate together a little bit more strongly. So rather than that, which is going to make you want to go really sharp because there's so much airflow in it. Instead, we're going for that na 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 na, and everything's totally in tune. Now, a lot of people are still going to think, I don't understand how this is going to work for someone who isn't naturally talented. Well, let me tell you something. Luis wasn't naturally talented. Melinda wasn't naturally talented. And I definitely was not naturally talented. The truth is these vocal exercises work for everybody. And even if you are more experienced or more talented or have had more experience in the past, these will just help you even more. So go ahead and write this down. This is the first answer. The signature system to sing on pitch is that you need to use vocal exercises that will build and strengthen your singing voice. You need to use exercises that will build and strengthen your singing voice. In this particular case, we use the 5-tone na, that na 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 na. That's just a lot stronger than that that she did earlier. Let's keep going. Now, my second promise to you is that I was going to show you the number one mistake that you're making that's preventing you from hitting high notes and how to fix it. This is the good stuff. Now, a lot of people are going to think, man, well, I just can't sing high notes. That's just not something that my voice does. Or my voice cracks when I sing high. This is very, very common. Into the unknown, rather than into the unknown. That's very, very common, is that people's voice will crack when they go up to high notes. Or this is one of my favorites. I have a low voice. I can't sing high because I've got this low voice. Well, let me tell you guys something crazy. I thought I was a bass when I first got started because I didn't know how to sing high notes. But let me tell you, I am absolutely a tenor, and I can now sing high notes. So there's so many singers out there that they're like, oh, I'm an alto, or I'm a bass. And it's just like, oh, no, you just haven't learned how to sing high yet. I'm going to show you that right now. Now, this is a fantastic example. I want you guys to meet Dave. Dave is a fantastic case study because Dave's actually quite a bit older. He's 66 years old. He is not just starting off with this brand new. Now, he was a great guitar player before we met, but with singing, people had always said, grab the microphone away from that boy. That's like my imitation of him. You'll see he has this really, really charming Southern accent. Now, before we met, Dave had never had a lesson. And unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, he was invited to be a singer and a guitar player in this folk duo with another woman who could really sing and had a lot of experience singing. And so Dave thought, man, well, if I have to sing harmonies with her, maybe I should just take a lesson. And so we took one lesson, and within 1 hour, Dave expanded his vocal range by 7 notes. 7 notes. Isn't that amazing? Like, just think about how many more notes you could sing or how many more songs you could sing if you just had 2 more notes or 3 more notes or 4 more notes. But 7 is crazy. That's a ton of extra notes. And all of a sudden, Dave found out that he opened up this entire other part of his voice. And he says it in his own words. In one lesson, Matt opened up a new horizon for me vocally. I never knew that I always sang in my chest voice, and I thought I was a bass. Sound familiar? After learning about my head voice, I see that I can sing a lot higher than I thought, and so I'm learning to use my head voice now. So there was this entire section to Dave's voice that he had never used before, never trained, and never learned how to connect. So in case you're interested in learning how to connect to your chest voice, the bottom part of your voice, or the top part of your voice, the head voice, this is exactly what we're going to talk about. Now, what do most people do wrong when they go up to high notes? Well, have you ever seen this? And in the unknown, where you see all of these muscles get super tight. It's just like anytime they go up to a higher note, bam, there's all this tension. So what most singers do wrong is not that they go up to high notes. It's the way that they go up to high notes. It's that they're just straining their voice in order to go there. They're going there with too much chest voice. They're raising their larynx. They're spreading the vowel. They're going too loud. All of these things that are not helping them hit those higher notes. In fact, they're hurting them from hitting those high notes. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in my lesson with Dave. So I'm just going to show you a little snippet of it. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to practice along at home. Go ahead and do the exact same things that I'm having him do. Let's check it out. Okay, here we go. So much harder. So much harder. Try this again. I want you to try something for me. Take your thumb and your first finger and gently feel your voice box or your larynx here. Good. And just sing that chorus. Go like that. To the place I belong.
To the place I belong.
Do you feel anything happen when you go up to that belong?
It's moving up.
It is, yeah.
What's up?
So what's happening there is your larynx is rising a little bit. And we're not going to fix a high larynx in one lesson, in one 60-minute lesson. It's something that takes a lot of time. But what I want you to try here, Dave, is as you're singing that belong, I want you to allow just a little bit of a yawny feeling into it to see if you can get that guy to stay a little bit more relaxed. To demonstrate what I mean, just kind of yawn. Feel it with your fingers and pretend to yawn.
Try this at home.
Do you feel how it drops slightly?
Well, yeah, I got you.
He's got it now.
It is dropping.
There you go. That's it. There you go. Now, just play around with this for a second and just keep it kind of low, like you're yawning, and go,
Zach.
belong.
Uh, uh, uh,
Yeah. Now, try this.
Wow.
Try to go. Yeah, it will for a while. It's not going to get solved in one lesson, but it will improve. Let's try this. To the place I belong.
So singing it kind of yawny.
Feeling in there.
Oh.
To the place I belong.
So he's straining for it now.
A belong. Just a little flat
That's
there.
an E4 on top.
Belong to the place I belong.
Falsetto now. That's worse, right?
Now that you feel where that yawning feeling is, go back to the original lyrics and try to make it feel just a little bit with some of that lower larynx yawny feeling without necessarily so much belong, that opera singer, belong, but just a little bit more open down here.
And try this at home.
Go ahead and feel it as you do it. To the place I belong.
Belong.
From the
It's
beginning. To the place.
to the place I belong.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
a little better.
Feel it as you do it and see if you can keep this guy more relaxed.
To the place I belong.
There you go.
Place I belong. Belong.
There you go.
He's really straining for it.
Belong.
Falsetto.
The longer you hold.
Now you've all had this happen to you. Now watch what happens next.
But that's what you have to start doing. Is basically just start allowing that guy rather than belong and going super high. Belong. Let's go back for a second. Forget about the yawning thing and just go back to the lyrics. Switch belong for a belong. To the place I belong, West Virginia.
To the place I belong.
Boom.
West Virginia. I'm hitting it way easier than when I first started. I'm not even straining.
Yeah, it's just happening.
I'm not even straining. Do you guys see how many more songs you could sing if you learned how to do this correctly? Like, for instance, like if you wanted to sing that, oh, won't you stay with me? And you just keep breaking on that. Instead, if you allow this to relax, oh, won't you stay with me? All of a sudden, your voice would hold together so much better. Think about how many more songs you could sing if that was the case. Now, a lot of people are still going to say, I have a low voice, or like, my voice cracks when I sing higher. Well, Dave thought he was a bass, and his voice was definitely cracking when he sang higher. However, when he learned to sing with the right vocal technique and practice it, then all of a sudden, he could get to the place I belong, because everything was way easier for him. So the secret is that you have to allow the high notes, not push them. And in this particular case, we just allowed a little bit of that yawny or that goofy or that low larynx sound into the high notes, and all of a sudden they got a lot better.
Just a reminder, if you're finding this helpful, make sure that you stick around until the end because I have one of my absolute best resources for you, the Become a Rockstar ebook. It's going to give you everything that you need to book gigs, get the right gear for your voice, and even pick songs and how to find your voice. Let's keep moving. So, number 3, I'm going to show you my 3-step process that I use to gain total vocal control after years of getting nowheres, Phil. Now, a lot of people are going to say like, hey, I don't want to just do a bunch of weird vocal exercises. I just want to sing songs. And I totally get it, and I totally appreciate that. But I hope by now you're starting to see that the right vocal exercises will actually teach you how to sing your songs better, just like we did with Dave there, and just like we did with Melinda before that. Now, I want you guys to meet another one of my students. This is Mela. Mela is a session singer, and she's what a lot of people would consider as like a naturally talented person. The way that I look at it is that she just had a lot of experience singing from a very young age in a very professional capacity because she basically like grew up in a recording studio. Those are her words. Now, before this, she never had any voice lessons, and she just tried to get by on her own natural talents. Does that sound familiar? Probably. Well, the problem was that Mela, like so many professional singers, even beginning singers and professional singers will deal with this, is that at a certain point, she just kind of hit an obstacle and she wanted to work on one of her highest songs, which is called Brother, and it just has some really, really crazy high notes in it. And within 1 hour, Mela was able to hit an A5. This one right there, whereas most altos can't actually even sing past an E5 right there. And we got her singing up to it comfortably. Mela was kind enough to say, I've definitely improved my voice. I hit a high A, which was never in my range before, so I've definitely increased my upper range. I've also noticed that my lower notes are stronger and more easily accessible. I definitely feel stronger vocally overall, and I don't have nearly as much strain or soreness after long studio sessions. How awesome is that? Like before, you get done with a long day in the studio and it's your voice is like totally shot. Now she's noticed that there's so much less soreness and she's actually hitting higher notes in her voice than she ever did before. Now, unfortunately, Mela recorded this lesson that we did together, but the section where we worked on the song got cut off for whatever reason. So I'm actually going to show you this same thing happening with another student, and I'm going to show you my 3-step process to gain total vocal control. You ready? Be ready to write this down. Number 1, you need to find a great vocal exercise. That might be a gee 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 or a nay 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 or a na na na, mum mum mum, whatever it happens to be. Number 2, you need to sing that vocal exercise on the melody of the song that you're working on. So replace the melody with the vocal exercise. In step 3, go back to singing the song, but this time get the same feeling as you got as when you were doing the vocal exercise. So you're singing lyrics in the final step, but you're going to get it to sound and feel the exact same way that you got in the vocal exercise. And I'm going to show you a fantastic demonstration of that right now. This is one of my students, Jenna, and this is actually her very first lesson. So check out what she does here. Any of that stuff yet?
It did before, but much less so now.
Good. Now that her voice is warmed up, it's time to sing a song. We can do exercises all day, but singing a song is where the rubber really hits the road. She was so nervous.
I'm sorry, this is really scary for me.
It's okay. We've all been there. Don't worry about it. Pretend the camera's not here. Just pretend like you're just in your room practicing it. Just do your best.
I don't know if I'm wrong, cause she's only just gone. Here's to another relationship bombed by my excellent breed of Gametes disease. I'm sure when I'm older I'll know what that means.
Jenna sings this song beautifully. The only problem is that this song is way too low for her, so we need to move it up a few keys in order to get the most we can out of her voice. Take off your capo, play the same chord shapes, but sing in an octave higher.
I don't know if I'm wrong, cause she's only just gone. Here's to another relationship bombed by my excellent breed of Gametes disease.
Do you hear the difference?
Woo.
Sometimes just changing the key can have a huge impact on a song. She sounds way better here, but there's just one problem. Since we raised the key,
that means there's a high note there that wasn't before.
Dun dun dun.
What I can tell you that I hear is that your voice shines a lot more in that key.
Okay.
It's a more natural resting place for your voice.
Sure, when I'm older, I'll know what that means.
So
That's
you're
a high
doing
note.
beautifully in saying in that chest voice. Just do me a favor real quick and just say me, 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 me,
Step
me,
one.
me.
Me, 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 me.
Just let it happen. Don't force that top note. Take that same feeling of you just talking it. Don't know what it means. Just pop right up to it.
Step 2.
Grab it, run. Don't know what it means.
Don't know what it means.
Beautiful.
And step 3.
You feel the difference there?
Boom.
Good. What do you...
Do you guys hear the difference there? I mean, how amazing is that? That just working on a stupid vocal exercise like a me, me, me in a song, but replacing it with the song lyrics and then going back to the lyrics makes such a huge difference in your voice. Just imagine how many more songs you could sing better if you used this exact same vocal technique. But still, I know a lot of people are going to watch this and they're still going to say, well, she's a professional, or she's just naturally talented, or those vocal exercises won't work for me. Well, let me tell you guys something. You know, Jenna, that was her very first lesson, and all the way to Mela, a professional studio singer, these vocal exercises work for everyone, especially for people who are just getting started off. It's very, very powerful stuff. So again, here's the 3-step formula. Number 1, you need to find a great vocal exercise. Number 2, you need to do it on the song melody. Replace the melody of the song with that exercise. And then finally, go back and sing the lyrics, but with the same feeling that you got with the exercise. Now, just imagine how many more songs you guys could sing if you got this down, if you really, really practiced it, and if you got it. Imagine not straining or cracking every time you go up to a high note by releasing all of this tension. Imagine being able to audition for a band or a choir or a musical and getting the part. All it takes, guys, is the right singing techniques. Imagine recording your own music with you singing, not somebody else that you hire on Fiverr or whatever, but you actually singing. Or imagine singing at karaoke and impressing your friends with your voice. Or just imagine always knowing that you'll sing in tune and be totally on pitch. So far we've covered my signature system to create a solid singing foundation, so you're always on pitch and in tune. That's that na 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 na. We also covered the number 1 mistake that you're making that's preventing you from hitting high notes and how to fix it, and that was relaxing the larynx, singing with a little bit of that yawny, a little bit of that goofy. And we also covered the simple 3-step process I used to gain total vocal control after years of getting nowhere. And again, step 1, find a great vocal exercise. Step 2, do it on the melody of the song rather than singing the lyrics. And step 3, go back to the lyrics, but get the same feeling as you got when you were doing the exercise. Now, let me ask you guys something. Did you find these exercises helpful on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 not helpful at all, 5 super, super helpful. Go ahead and just write that down in your notebook now. Now, if you wrote down a 4 or a 5, I want to share something super special with you guys. I want to share an amazing system that I've created that you can work directly with me and do all these fantastic vocal exercises to improve your singing voice. Remember, stay until the end and you'll get this amazing Become a Rockstar ebook. Everything that you need to book gigs, get the right gear, and pick the right songs for your voice. So I want to show you the system that I've created. It is called Master Your Voice. It is a complete online video singing course, but it only opens up twice a year. But since you're watching this right now, I'm going to give you guys a super special offer that you can join, because my guess is that you probably don't want to wait up to 6 months to join Master Your Voice to put this into action. You're probably ready to do it right now. Now, what is Master Your Voice all about? It's all about how to expand your vocal range, hit higher notes, and finally gain vocal control in less than 30 days. This stuff works fast, people, and all of that without sounding like a dying cat or embarrassing yourself in front of others every time you try to sing a high note. That means no more watching dumb YouTube videos. That means no more feeling embarrassed when you sing in front of your friends and family. That means no more breaking when you sing high notes. You'll have a very smooth,
E, where there's no breaks or strain whatsoever. This also means that you're not going to have to X out songs that you love just because they've got a couple of notes that are scary or hard for you. Instead, you're actually going to learn how to sing those songs better. So, what are you going to get included in Master Your Voice? You're going to get my proven method to add an octave to your range immediately, even with zero natural talent. This is a $997 value because, oh my God, if this was something that my voice teachers offered me when I was first getting started, I could have saved so much time and so much money because, oh my gosh, it's so easy when you use the right vocal techniques to expand your range. You're also going to get the system to dramatically increase your breath control, even if you've never learned to sing from the diaphragm. The truth is, singing from the diaphragm is a very, very powerful singing technique, but it's really simple once you learn how to do it right. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. There's so much confusion about how to sing from the diaphragm. My course makes it super simple. This is definitely a $997 value. You're also going to get exercises to improve your vocal power like crazy without hurting yourself. This is a $997 value because just imagine like all of those really, really breathy and light singers out there that it's like, oh, my choir director doesn't want me to sing any stronger than that. Well, good luck singing Mariah Carey or good luck singing Adele or Bruno Mars if you're only used to and that's the only way that you can do it. I'm going to show you how to add tons of vocal power to your voice without hurting yourself. I'm also going to show you the secret to unlocking your high notes that works for everyone. Even if you don't have any experience. Oh my God, I wish I had this when I was first starting out, because all I was doing was take all the love you get from me, was just pushing my voice, or you get from me. All I did was break or strain. I'm going to show you how to get rid of both, especially how to hit those high notes more confidently without pushing your voice. Again, that's the secret. You need to learn how to sing up to those high notes without pushing your voice. This is definitely a $997 value. You're also going to learn my no strain secret to belt crazy high notes. And it's not what you think. It's not just like, I'm just going to teach you how to push harder or something like that. I'm going to show you that actually the best way to go about singing those high notes is not to push them, to allow them and build into that. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. Definitely a $1,000 value because, oh my God, if you could just learn how to hit a couple of higher notes without straining your butt off, you are going to love it. I'm also going to show you, very importantly, how to preserve your voice for the long haul and keep it healthy. So it's like a lot of courses, they're just going to make you push until you break. That's not going to help you out. I've taught lots of students who have had vocal health issues. Mela, that I mentioned earlier, was one of them. And it's really, really important that you work with the right vocal techniques to preserve your voice and keep it healthy. Even if I keep you going from the doctor once, ENTs are not cheap, guys. That is definitely a $997 value. And you're going to get lifetime access to everything. So that is a grand total value of $6,979. But don't worry, there's a lot more to come. Now, a lot of people ask me what makes Master Your Voice different from, like Roger Love's course or Robert Lunte or like any of the other, Ken Tamplin. Well, I will tell you right now, the biggest difference with Master Your Voice is I have organized it in a way that you are absolutely guaranteed to see results. As soon as you enroll, I guarantee that you're going to expand your vocal range by 5 notes or more. No doubt about it, you are going to hit higher notes if you do this course. If you do the work, you make it through the course, and even if you have any trouble, just reach out to me directly and I will help you get those extra notes in your voice. That is within 30 days or you get your money back guaranteed. You will not find another singing course out there that gives you anything close to a results-based guarantee. Every other course is like, 30 days, satisfaction guaranteed. Well, most people will just hold on to it or let the payment keep running every month thinking that they're going to get used to it. That is not what Master Your Voice is about. This is the course that is going to get you results. Now, I want you guys to meet a couple of the people that have graduated from the course. This is Christina. Christina is one of those choir singers. She said, I'm so glad I found Matt Ramsey's Master Your Voice singing course. The biggest problem with my voice was that it sounded breathy and weak. Sound familiar?
When I finished the course, I got my full range back and expanded it to hit higher notes than before. I also noticed that my voice got a lot less breathy. So this is just one student out of hundreds that have expanded their vocal range. I also want you guys to meet Carrie Smith. Carrie Smith is a mom. She did some musical theater growing up. But, it's been a while since she'd been in any vocal training, and, just life got in the way. So she was looking for a really great course to get her involved again. And she said, when I first started the course, I was a little insecure at first, but Matt makes it feel like it's okay to be me where I'm at with no need to be at someone else's standard. Every lesson I've done has made me feel stronger and more empowered. And I feel so great about that. So, who does this work for? Who does Master Your Voice work for? It's definitely going to work for the beginning singers, people who are just getting started off, people who may not even have a lot of bad habits yet, or even, the beginning singers that have just gotten really confused watching a ton of YouTube videos. I'm going to walk you through everything step by step so you're never confused. Definitely going to work for the recording artists, people whose job it is to go into the recording studio and take care of their voice. Huge for them. This is also going to work for gigging musicians, the people that need to go out and sing 2 and 3 hour sets at a time without being able to just destroy their voice. They need to preserve their voice and keep it healthy for those long gigs. This is also going to work for professional singers, the people whose job it is to keep their voice healthy, to keep everything moving strong and everything operating at the absolute best. Because I'll tell you this, you may not realize this, but as professional singers make all of their money from tour. Very little of it is actually from record sales. Very little of it is from publicity. Most of it, if not 90%, is just from touring. This is also going to work for karaoke singers, people that just want to sing karaoke better and not embarrass themselves, or people who want to sing that Into the Unknown without letting their voice break. This is also going to work for the choir members, especially for the choir members, people who need to strengthen up their voice, people who are looking to sing something other than just choir music. They're looking to improve their vocal power and sing with the right vocal tone for solo music. This is also going to work for youth vocalists, people who are just getting started off on their vocal journey, people who are just seeing what singing is all about. I want to give them the best possible habits and the best possible training right off the bat before they go to someone else and get confused. This is definitely going to work for the older singers, people who have maybe been out of the game for a while, but are looking for some great exercises to get their voice back in shape and healthy again. This is also going to work for the musical theater performers. Again, people that need to learn how to do that Broadway belt really, really well. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And keeping that nice and strong and reaching the back row that way. And it's definitely going to work for the YouTube singers, people that want to put their best possible product out there. Now, I strongly believe that a vocal course is not complete with just vocal exercises. Just vocal exercises is great. You can find those on YouTube, though. However, it's really important that you learn how to put these vocal techniques that I'm teaching into practice. That's why as soon as you enroll in Master Your Voice, you're going to get access to 10 in-depth song tutorials. And these are great songs by Rihanna, Adele, James Arthur, a lot of great artists in here that are very, very good singers, and we're going to cover exactly how to sing the songs that they sing and the most common kind of pitfalls and problems that you'll see when you go into it. That way you can actually apply what you've learned. Now, a lot of people have been begging for this, so I put it together, and this is a way to keep accountable when you're enrolled in the singing course. This is a private VIP group. As soon as you enroll, you get lifetime access to this private VIP Facebook group for the Master Your Voice VIPs. And in this, you can find a workout buddy, somebody to keep you accountable. You can post recordings. You can reach out to me directly, and I'll be right there. I'm in the group all the time. And you won't find this with any other singing course out there. A lot of the other singing courses have forums and Facebook groups and stuff like that, but the coach himself or herself is rarely ever in there and rarely helping out the actual students who are in the middle of the course and maybe having a little bit of trouble. I answer things all the time. I'm in there all the time. So what are you going to get? You're going to get the Master Your Voice singing course. That is a $6,979 value. You're also going to get 10 in-depth song tutorials. That's a $997 value. Oh my God, if only you found how exactly to sing these songs, you would be so happy. You're also going to get lifetime access to the VIP group, and this is a $997 a year value because you get lifetime access to it. Who knows how many recordings you can post in there and actually get private feedback in that. This is all for a grand total of $8,943. So you get the VIP group, you get the song to tutorials, you get lifetime access, you get the vocal exercises, you get it all for a grand total value of $8,943. And don't worry, I'm not going to charge you that. Now, here's a couple of other testimonials of people who've been through the course and talking about the 30-day 5-note guarantee. This is Delphine. She's from Paris. She said after a week, she actually got those 5 extra notes in her voice as advertised. You can see it right here. She tested her range. At the beginning, she had just over 2 octaves from D3 up to a B flat 5. She expanded that by 5 notes all the way up from a C3 up to a C sharp 6. I mean, this is amazing, over 3 octaves of range. And this is Joe, one of my buddies here in Texas, who found this course. He said it's absolutely fantastic. I tried some of the other online ones and was just confused. You're a better teacher than any of them, man. This course is organized better than any of them, and you get the best sing for your buck out of any of them. And I really, really appreciate that. Now, everybody loves bonuses. And if you love bonuses, hang out with me here for a second because I'm going to show you exactly what's included. Now, people had been begging me for a way to take all of the great vocal exercises and videos that they get from the course and put it all into one easy to practice warm-up. That's why I've created 2 30-minute complete vocal warm-ups, one for guys and one for girls. This is definitely a $997 value because it's basically taking everything that you are going to learn from the course, putting it all into one 30-minute practice routine that you can do every day. It's like you work through the whole course and then you get access to the complete vocal warm-up. That way you can practice when you're in the car or when you're cooking or something like that, when you can't actually be in front of the computer working along with the vocal exercises. You're also going to get an amazing vocal effects section. This is something that most other singing courses do not include because they want to upsell you on a different course at a later date. That's not the case with Master Your Voice. With Master Your Voice, you're going to learn how to sing vibrato, crescendos, legato, tons of different vocal effects because this is really, really important for singers to be able to do. This is definitely a $997 value. And I'm super excited to share with you the Vocal Rangefinder, which is a tool that I've designed to help you track your singing progress over time. I spent over $1,000 developing it, and basically as soon as you sign up for the course, you're going to get lifetime access to it. As soon as you enroll, you test out your vocal range, kind of like weighing yourself before you go on a diet. And then at the end of the 30 days or at the end of the course or whenever you're done, test your range again and you'll see how much you've improved. And you can keep testing it as long as you want. So what are you going to get here? You're going to get the Master Your Voice Complete Singing Course. That's a $6,979 value. You're also going to get 10 in-depth song tutorials to put it into practice. That's a $997 value. You're also going to get lifetime access to the VIP group. It's a $997 a year value. You're also going to get the 30-minute complete vocal warm-up. That's a $997 value. You're also going to get the vocal effects section, learning vibrato, crescendo, legato, all this stuff for $997 value. You're also going to get lifetime access to the vocal rangefinder so you can measure your singing progress. And that is a $997 value for a grand total value of $11,964. But don't panic. I'm going to give you guys a very, very special offer. Now, when I was figuring out how to price this course, I basically had 2 choices. I could recycle like a bunch of the content from my YouTube channel, just package it as a course and throw it out there and maybe charge, $100, $150 for it or something like that. But I knew that that wasn't going to help people as much as if I actually took the time, went through all of the notes of all of the students that I'd had in the past and organized and hand-selected exercises that I knew were going to build a singer from the ground up, from a beginner to a professional, or even from a professional to a higher level. and I could just charge a little bit more for it. So if you enroll right now, you're not going to pay the $11,964 value that this is worth. If you enroll today, you're only going to pay $499 for lifetime access to Master Your Voice, including lifetime access to the private VIP group, song tutorials, 60 plus vocal exercises, the 30-minute complete vocal warm-up, everything that we discuss. But that's only if you sign up today. Remember, this course only opens twice a year. But since you're watching this, I know that you guys are into it. I know you're ready to get started right now. And just imagine always feeling confident that you're going to sing the right note. That when you hear a pitch in your mind, you're actually going to be able to match it with your voice. Imagine taking a solo at your choir, not just blending in with the large group of singers, that you're actually going to be able to sing a solo. Imagine recording your own music with you singing, not somebody else, but you. Imagine being able to join a band as the lead singer, not being, relegated to bass playing and maybe singing an occasional harmony. You'll actually be able to audition, become a lead singer for a band. I never thought that I was going to be able to do that, but that's exactly what I did. Imagine singing karaoke and not feeling embarrassed and not feeling sure about what's going to come out. You will feel very confident that you'll always hit the right note. And imagine being able to lead your worship team and better being able to worship God and practice your faith and lead others to do the same. This is absolutely huge. Just imagine how many more songs you could sing but just by adding a few extra notes to your voice. It would be absolutely crazy. Now, I know we are in strange times right now, and I know that a lot of people are struggling, which is why I did a little bit of research and I found this fantastic opportunity. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but I'm always searching for like deals and stuff like that wherever I can get it. But this is one of the best things that I've come across. This is something called PayPal credit. And basically, it works and it applies for any purchase of $99 or more. And any purchase that you make, as soon as you're approved for $99 or more, you don't have to pay anything on it for the first 6 months. There's no interest if you pay it in full within 6 months. So basically, you don't have to pay anything on it until that 6-month mark, at which point they start charging interest. So basically, you can pay for this entire course for free today, and then next week when you get paid, then you can start paying it down and just putting it on a schedule so you don't pay any interest. And the way that you do this is when you go to check out for Master Your Voice, you just click PayPal, and then you apply for PayPal credit at checkout. Super simple. Now, a lot of people will also ask me whether I have payment plans. And again, this is something that I absolutely do because I want to make sure that you guys can get started as soon as possible. But there is a discount for people who pay all at once. But for the folks that actually need a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more time to pay it, absolutely, I have payment plans. You can get started with Master Your Voice for only $149 today. And I'll show you how to do that right now. So here we are on the Master Your Voice page. All you do is click Get Instant Access. This will take you all the way down here, and you can click on the starter course. That's the one for $499. Remember, there is a $97 discount for the one-time payment. You can click Enroll right here, and as soon as you do that, you'll see an option right here to click on PayPal, and as soon as you click Enroll in Course, that will take you to PayPal, and you can select the PayPal credit here. Unfortunately, PayPal credit is not offered for the 4-time payment option. It's only available for the one-time payment discounted option. So that's just another reason to go for that one. A lot of people ask me about the different course packages that I have for Master Your Voice. There's basically one complete singing course, and as soon as you enroll in that, you get instant access to the entire course. There's no waiting for lectures or videos to come out. You get the 60 plus vocal exercises, 10 in-depth song tutorials, the complete vocal warm-up, and the bonus vocal effects section that I mentioned earlier. But if you sign up for the complete course, you're going to get everything from the starter course, including everything in the entire course, except you also get an additional 1-hour live or Skype lesson with me. You get 15 bonus exercises for hitting high notes. You also get the Sing on Pitch mini course to learn how to sing on tune every time. You're also going to get the voice types cheat sheet, a fantastic way to find your voice type based on your vocal range. And you're also going to get the Become a Rock Star ebook, exactly what I was talking about earlier, to help you pick the right gear and choose songs that fit your voice. And if you get the Rockstar package, you get everything from the starter and the complete course, but rather than one 60-minute lesson, you get 4 60-minute lessons, so you can really put everything into practice. Now, a lot of people are going to be ready to sign up right now. Just click the button to get started. But a lot of people have really, really good questions about this course, and I'd love to answer some of the most common ones. So the first one is, how long do I have access to the course? You get lifetime access to everything in the course. No subscriptions, no renewing every single month. Instead, you get lifetime access to everything. No waiting for video lectures to come out, just the whole course right away. Now, how long does it take to see results? I guarantee that you're going to expand your vocal range by 5 notes or more within 30 days. If you have any trouble reaching that goal, reach out to me directly and I will help you get there. And I cannot think of another singing course, and there's no other singing course that makes the same guarantee. Will I learn to hit high notes? Absolutely, you will learn to hit high notes. Over 2/3 of the course and more than 20 vocal exercises are dedicated to learning how to hit high notes with power and without straining your voice. Will you learn to sing songs? Absolutely. That's a whole reason that we're doing all this vocal training, is to learn how to sing songs better. So I've actually chosen 10 different songs, one for guys and one for girls at the end of every section. That way you can put into practice what you've learned. Are the classes live or are they pre-recorded? Because people from all over the world are trying to enroll in Master Your Voice, I've pre-recorded all the lessons, so you can get started right now, no matter whether you're in Texas or Tokyo. So if you enroll right now, you're not going to pay that $11,964 value. If you enroll today, you're only going to pay that discounted one-time payment of $499. Or if you go for a payment plan, you're only going to pay $149 today. And that includes the private VIP group, that includes 10 in-depth song tutorials, lifetime access to everything within the singing course. Now, I'm a man of my word, and you have watched to the end of this, so I want to give you a fantastic bonus for watching this far. You can download this Become a Rockstar 6-step checklist to get on stage and singing fast. You can download it right here at the link, ramseyvoice.com/rockstar ebook. But for those of you guys who are ready to get started right now, you don't want to wait 6 months to get started in this program, go ahead and just go click the button and get started with Master Your Voice. Just open up a new browser tab and click it, get started. Again, you're going to get started today only for $499 at that discounted one-time payment, or $149 if you need a payment plan. But I'm sure you guys found these exercises super helpful. If you had any questions, I'm happy to answer any of them that you might have. Just email me at matt@ramseyvoice.com, and I cannot wait to see you guys inside.